Hey, Barbara, this is Sam Hunt.
Nice to chat with you again. We talked a couple years ago. It's been a hot minute, so I'm glad I get to chat with you again.
Yeah, same here. It's been a while.
Yeah, man. Well, you're coming back to our neck of the woods. I want to talk about the big show you're part of this Saturday night. Everybody's very excited here.
Yeah, we're looking forward to coming back to Canada. We've been out with Luke this summer, but we've had a few weeks off, and we're all refreshed and ready to get back out. I think we've got really 2 shows left this year, and this is the first of those 2.
Wow. Is it true that you had no intention of touring, but then Luke Bryan called you up and said, hey, you want to do this?
Yeah, that's right. I've been trying to figure out how to make a new record on the road, and I just hadn't been able to do it. So finally, last year, I said, you know what, I'm just not going to tour in 2018. And then not long after I said that, I got a call from Luke, and those plans changed. I'm glad they did, because I've had a blast.
Is he a good teacher? Like, what are you learning from him while you're on the tour?
He does his own thing, and we're kind of have different ways of approaching it, but I admire what he does, and I guess I've soaked in some knowledge through, I guess, osmosis, just being out there around him. I haven't necessarily picked his brain or anything, but it's just inspiring to see somebody do what they love, and he's one of the few people I've seen in the business who just really, not one of the few people, there are a lot of people who really enjoy what they do, but you just see it in his every move from before the show starts to when the show gets going. You know, he's in that role and he's loving it, and he's one of those meant to be kind of deals.
You kind of have you had a connection to Luke Bryan way before you got into this whole country music thing. Was it your brother in one of his videos once upon a time?
Yeah, he's from Georgia, so when he was coming up, a lot of folks were pulling for him just in the state of Georgia. That was back when there weren't as many, I guess, people from Georgia in country music. That was right before this big Georgia wave hit, and he was kind of at the front of that boat. And so my brother was in college when he came through Georgia, the University of Georgia, and shot a video over at their fraternity house. So he was came home at Christmas, and of course, showing us all the video on CNC so we could all see like the back of one side of his head, one shot of the video. I think that he was in.
10 seconds of fame.
Pretty cool.
What a full circle moment, because here you are, all these years later, touring with the guy. Who would have thought?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. That was before I had any intention of moving to Nashville or doing music, but it did come full circle.
Well, you talked a little bit about in the beginning of our chat that you had all sorts of intentions to be writing new music, and I know that is the number one thing everyone keeps asking you about. So instead of going through all my questions about, what's up with the album, What are you telling everybody about the new music that you've been working on, and why are you waiting like 15 months in between singles?
A lot of folks put out a lot of music and they just keep the ball rolling. It's hard for me to, put out songs or music that I just don't really feel like I really believe in, and for whatever reason, I hadn't kicked up any songs or hadn't had enough to say to get an album going that I really believed in. I write songs and really enjoy writing songs across the board, but I just haven't gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, this feels like a record, this feels like me, this feels like something I want to say, and so I'm going to put it out. I hadn't gotten there yet, so I don't know how long it'll take. I just hadn't wanted to force it.
You've talked a little bit about how traveling and getting married, these sort of things have inspired you.
Yeah. I sort of am speaking from a new voice now, and just figuring out what to say from that voice. It was a little easier back when I was making that first record for some reason, but
it's easier to write when you're sad and upset, right?
I guess that's what it is. I was a little more in my emotions back then.
Well, I saw that you had written like between 50 and 60 songs. Any way to whittle any of that down to make an album?
Yeah, I've really focused my time and energy this fall to doing that, trying to pluck the songs that feel like, I feel like would represent me well and would be a good album. So yeah, absolutely. I'm doing that now. So I'm not touring next year really at all. So come hell or high water, I'm gonna get it done.
Unless someone calls you to go on tour with them again, then that might change.
Yeah, I know that. I want to keep my phone turned off this fall.
Ever since you hit the country music scene, I noticed that people are always calling the new up-and-coming artist the new Sam Hunt. How does that feel to be like that type of an influence on country music?
It's flattering to hear that. I just feel like it wasn't that long ago that I was trying to figure my own thing out, and nobody really knew who I was. And these last few years have just flown by, and now I hear young artists coming up, or young artists will come up to me and talk about the inspiration they've drawn from my music, and I guess just paying it forward, because there certainly were a lot of artists that came before me who I drew inspiration from and was inspired by. So I'm glad that I can be a part of that cycle.
I like with any genre, country music has evolved over the years. Some people love it, some people will point fingers, but there's no denying that you have had an influence on the genre.
Yeah, it's been cool to be a part of the story. You know, country music has obviously been around for a long time, and it's gone a lot of different directions, and a lot of people have come and gone, and to be able to be a part of that evolution has been great.
Well, switching gears a little bit, Sam Hunt, it is Pet Peeve Week. What would you say is your biggest pet peeve? Because everybody seems to have one.
The first thing that came to mind, socks and flip-flops. Just in general, if we're talking about general pet peeves, that's what popped in my mind when you asked me that question.
It's not a good look.
Yeah.
Well, with Halloween coming up, what was your favorite childhood costume?
Probably Zorro. I think I was Zorro for a couple of years.
Have you seen anybody dress up as you recently for Halloween?
A few years ago, somebody sent me some pictures of somebody that was, dressed up as me. I think it was somebody I knew, though. It's like somebody in my family, maybe. But no, not as of late.
In your opinion, Sam Hunt, how old is too old to go trick-or-treating?
Trick-or-treating? I'm going to say 12.
Interesting, because there's a town in Virginia that's threatening anybody over 12 years old. They're threatening to put them in jail if they're caught trick-or-treating. Anybody over 12 years old.
Jail?
In jail.
Shouldn't that interaction be between the trick-or-treater and the person giving out candy? Why does the government got to get involved? That's strange.
We all think it's a little strange as well. I mean, like kids be kids.
Yeah, that's right. And if it's too old, just don't give them candy.
But what about if they put the effort in? What if you get like a 20-something-year-old showing up at your front door, fully decked out, though?
I'd have to take it case by case, I think.
Well, let's see if there's any Sam Hunt lookalikes at the show on Saturday night. We're looking forward to seeing you at BC Place with Luke Bryan. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see us soon. Thank you so much for chatting with us today, Sam Hunt.
Same here. I'm excited. We'll see you guys in a few days.